This week, we've got fresh announcements from Rockford Fosgate with a new application for XP Razor 24 and up. JVC introduces 3 brand new source units. Ground Zero introduces a new line of reference top of the line speakers. RDVFL comes to the market with a new single DIN solution. And Orion introduces powerful XMT coaxial speakers. This is CMA Live All Access, brought to you by SiriusXM and powered by the 12-volt dashboard. And it starts now. Well, fresh off the SEMA show, Rockford Fosgate certainly had a busy event. And included in some of the product unveilings is a brand new audio kit option for owners of a 2024 and up Razor XP. Joining us now is their product expert, Eric Russell. Eric, welcome to CMA Live. I see you have a whole setup here. So what can you tell us about this new audio offering?
That's right, Ben. Thanks for having me on. Rockford Fosgate is proud to introduce 3 new audio kits that offer dynamic performance for 2024 and newer XP models of Razor. So yeah, we've got stage 1, stage 6, which you see here on the table, and then stage 6 for ride command. So 3 models coming out hard. They're audio systems designed for effortless audio integration into the XP system for 2-seat and both 4-seat models as well, delivering Rockford Fosgate's signature sound, simple installation, seamless smartphone connectivity, and powerful performance that's ready to tackle the terrain.
Well, first of all, Eric, I got to give you kudos for getting all this giant gear set up. Like, holy cow, that is a massive mound of equipment there. So as you heard, these are new audio kits for 2024 and up Razor XP. Now, you mentioned, Eric, there are 3 different kits. So why don't we take the time and break that down a little bit? Talk us through what the stage 1 kit gets us.
That's right. Stage 1 is a plug-and-play design system for any of the XP models. It features 2 6.5-inch speakers in custom pods and a 2.3-inch Bluetooth source unit. It delivers the perfect balance of performance and effortless installation in any XP.
All right, Eric, that kind of sets the stage, but I mean, there's a lot more gear on the table. So I'm imagining that stage 6 really rounds out the system. So walk us through the stage 6 upgrade.
Yeah, that's right. Stage 6 is the big boy that you see here on the table. It's designed for premium performance. Now, this is a 7-speaker, 1,500-watt color optics kit that delivers powerful sound while seamlessly blending into the vehicle's design. It's designed so that it delivers unparalleled audio experience without interfering with any spare tires, coolers, or storage boxes in the back. Now, the system features 2 6.5-inch front speakers, 2 1-inch front tweeters in custom upper door panels, 2 8-inch rear speakers, a single 10-inch subwoofer, a 2.75-inch Sirius XM ready source unit, a 1,500-watt amplifier, and of course, that color optics controller giving you the way to light the day.
As with all Rockford kits, everything is molded to fit. Everything is easy to install. Now, I did notice all that cabling in the front. I'm going to assume that's also included in the kit, right, Eric?
Of course, both the stage 1, stage 6, and stage 6 for ride command feature a fully terminated wiring harness that you see there on the table. It features all the Deutsch connections and Molex connectors pre-terminated, so it's literally a plug-and-play system. All you need to do is follow our tutorial video, and you're up and rolling in no time.
Is there anything Rockford doesn't think about when they come up with these kits? I mean, seriously. Okay, so last thing, there is a, I guess, asterisk when it comes to those that have the 2024 and up Razor XP model that happens to have ride command. So what solution do you have for that?
That's right. The stage 6 for ride command features all the great performance items as stage 6, but instead of the source unit, it includes a ride command 3-way active noise reduction module. Now, this just isn't a turn-on delay that you might see in other kits. This actively eliminates any PWM or pulse width modulation noises that can be caused by any electronic suspension control systems on your Razor. So it allows for clean audio with no noise.
Hey, Eric, thanks so much for coming in and talking about this brand new kit from Rockford Fosgate. This is the 2024 and up Razor XP, available in 3 different models, stage 1, stage 6. And if you have ride command, don't worry, Rockford has got you covered as well. 2 questions left, Eric. What is the availability on this item and where should people go for more info?
Well, stage 1, stage 6, and stage 6 for Ride Command are shipping right now. So you can find out more information on our website at www.rockfordfosgate.com and just click that motorsports icon.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no-brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door, and then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
Now, if you've been following along the source unit category, then you know JVC has been hard at work coming up with their new solution called a direct replacement. However, they are also introducing 3 traditional radios to the market that have been getting a lot of traction. And joining us now is their product expert, Kelvin, to tell us all about a new 10.1, a new 9-inch, as well as a new 6.9-inch receiver.
Well, hey Ben, always happy to be here, and I'm really excited to be here for the 100th episode. That's a pretty big deal. But just to give everybody a sense of direction, I'm going to start with the biggest screen size, work my way down. That way everybody knows what we're talking about. But starting with that 10-inch receiver, that's going to be the KWZ1001W. Moving on from that, it's going to be our brand new 9-inch receiver, which is a brand new form factor to JVC. That's going to be the KWZ900W. And then last but certainly not least is going to be that KW795BW.
All right, so 3 different new models to go over here today, Kelvin. Let's start with the big boy, the 10.1-inch receiver. Now, this has always been a popular model for JVC. I understand that this new 1001 model is replacing the previous 1000 model. So let's hear about what some of the new features may be.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, as it goes, as far as my favorite feature of all, if you look at its predecessor, the Z1000, and compare it to the Z1001, the first thing you'll immediately notice is a drastic difference in size. That's because this was a full-size double-din chassis, but now this is moving in over to a single-din modular chassis as well.
Oh, wow. So this is a whole new form factor for this model. So you're saying it's a modular form factor, which means it opens up a lot of possibility when it comes to custom install. What other features are there?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Now, modular that you mentioned is my favorite one. So, I mean, I'll kind of revisit the possibilities with that. But it follows your very traditional flagship JVC radio aspect in terms of feature set. So it's got the 4-volt pre-outs, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto as well. As far as mirroring functions go, this does come with them as well. But kind of circling back to that modular standpoint, as you said, there's so much that you can do with the fact that, you can run this screen separate from the chassis. But one thing that I will include is we do also sell an extension harness as well. So the way that it works, it goes between the chassis to the actual screen itself. It's about 4 feet 9 inches total in length. Then, I mean, going straight down the list that I mentioned earlier, I mean, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the new KWZ900W. Now, this is an extremely fast-selling piece. I mean, it's a lot of value it's a lot of receiver that you're receiving for the value. Because, I mean, this thing does it almost all. It has wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, mirroring functions. It's got a 3.2 volt pre-out, which means it's a fairly strong signal still going to the end of your systems, but as well as it also does feature HD camera compatibility for the rear.
So like you said, Kelvin, this is kind of like a new form factor being at 9 inches. Now, what about adjustability? How does that work?
So as far as the adjustability of the KWZ900W, as it stands right now, it's probably our most on-the-fly adjustable unit possible. So it has a 360 degree mount style, which is almost like a ball bearing that it mounts to, allowing you to adjust it quickly on the fly. But it also has a total of 5 steps up and down when you are trying to change the height on the unit as well.
All right, Kelvin. So we covered the new Z1001. That's the 10.1 receiver. Key feature here being a modular unit now, which is awesome. And now and then we talked about the super hot new 9-inch receiver in the Z900W. Our last one of the bunch is the M795BW, which is a 6.9-inch receiver. So what can you tell us about this one?
I feel like the sentiment that I share in terms of my favorite screen size being the doubled in is getting smaller and smaller. Luckily, we accommodate for these things, but all of that being said, this is for the people that are like me, the true single doubled in fans, or I'm sorry, the true doubled in fans that just love the shape and think there's nothing cleaner, because this unit will also do everything that was mentioned previously. So in terms of CarPlay, it has wireless CarPlay, it has wireless Android Auto, it's got pretty high voltage pre-outs, as well as does accept that rear HD camera as well. So it really is the best of everybody that's within the fan base of this screen size.
All right, Kelvin, thanks for coming in. Again, repeat 3 new receivers from JVC introduced. The first being the Z1001. Replacing the 1000, this is the new 10.1-inch receiver, which is actually a modular form factor now. We're talking about the new Z900W, which is a super hot 9-inch screen that really has a lot of adjustability. And of course, what you just talked about, the M795BW, a new 6.9-inch receiver. When are these available, and where should people go for more info?
They are absolutely available right now. And for more information, you can head on over to jvc.com.
Are you looking to boost your sales team's performance? Is your sales team struggling to find parts quickly? Well, the 12-volt dashboard has you covered. We give you every solution to every car with just one search. From speaker sizes to ANC locations, we are your one-stop shop when you need information on what's going to fit in your customer's vehicle. Just scan the QR code or email us at tkolar@the12volt dashboard to sign up today. The 12-volt dashboard, your salesperson's favorite tool.
Well, for those of you that had the chance to attend SEMA, there certainly was a lot to learn. But from the Ground Zero camp, there was some big news, and we are happy to announce that we have our product expert, Nick Wingate, joining us to talk about an evolutionary brand new set of speakers that are sure to be a game changer, and it's called the Reference Series. We go now to Nick to tell us a little bit more. Mr. Wingate, always a pleasure to have you. Thanks for joining us. Now, this was big news coming out of SEMA. Within the Ground Zero booth, you guys had a trick up your sleeve. You unveiled a top-of-the-line Reference Series. Now, the Reference Series is not new within the Ground Zero line, but this is a whole new reimagined set. Am I correct?
You would be correct, sir, in every respect.
All right, so
It's quite different.
let's break it down, because there's a lot of buzz about this. When we're talking about the component set, what exactly is the hardware that we're talking about?
You're talking about a brand new inverted aluminum dome tweeter, a brand new 3.5-inch mid-range, and a completely brand new 6.5-inch mid-bass driver. That is going to be a la carte. You can build a 2-way or you can build a 3-way. It's up to you.
All right, so a la carte, that tells me that these are for active setups. And like you said, 2-way or 3-way. But we're going to dive a little bit deeper here on CMA Live, because I got you on. So, of course, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit on this. Let's break this down by component. All right, let's start first with the tweeter. What makes this tweeter so special?
Where do we want to start? It's a very, very unique design. Obviously, you know, being an inverted dome, there's not that many in car audio. We know, you know, where that originally came from. But this is a different design in that it has I want to call it a very unique surround. It has what normally you would think would not be on a tweeter. It is actually a type of foam. And now what exactly kind of foam it is, I don't know. But I can tell you it's different. It looks different. It feels different. The tweeter has a very low free air resonance. But it also has something else on the frame, at the top of the frame itself. It has a piece of felt that is surrounding the outside of the frame itself to basically take care of what is known as edge diffraction. Yeah, and that is, that's very unique in car audio. I don't know of anybody in car audio that does that right now.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. There's two things you're blowing
Yeah.
my mind here. So we're talking about a tweeter, right? We are still talking about a tweeter that
Yeah.
has a foam surround as well as a felt surround.
Well, the felt surrounds the foam.
Okay.
Okay. It surrounds, what it does is the felt eliminates the energy that comes off of the tweeter diaphragm that could reflect off of the frame itself and cause phase and distortions. That felt absorbs it and basically eliminates it.
Well, that is some pretty trick stuff and very audiophile, might I mention. But hey, we are talking about the reference series, so
We
rightfully
are.
so. Um, because we don't have a lot of time, I want to dig into what I would consider the real part of the system that does a lot of the work, and that is, of course, the mid-range. So what can you
Yes.
tell us about this mid-range in the new reference set?
Well, it has a completely new cone material. There is a very famous German high-end home audio manufacturer, great speakers over there, and they developed a very unique looking and sounding cone material. It is a multifaceted cone material. As a matter of fact, how about I just hold this up right here in front of me? This is the mid bass driver, but the mid range has this same type of cone, and you can see it is quite different. I can't take this grill off of it, but you can see this is quite different in
It's very
every
angular, very
respect.
angular.
It's multifaceted. They have cut these diamond shaped pieces into the cone itself. And what this does, it eliminates all of the cone breakup. It eliminates phase variances between the bottom of the cone and the top of the cone. It's quite unique. It's quite different. And I can tell you, it sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Well, it looks phenomenal, so I'm expecting it to sound phenomenal. We'll get to your impressions of the sound in a second. Would you mind, Nick, showing us the back of that driver while you have it there? Talk to us a little
Sure.
bit about the construction.
As you can see, it is a cast aluminum frame. Different type of magnet structure. You can see a vented pole piece, lots of cooling, lots of venting. This is very well designed, very well engineered. It is not as deep as you would expect it to be. Yeah, it's quite different. And honestly, I think it's going to be quite a game changer.
So let's talk a little bit about who this speaker is for. Like if you Ground Zero has such a big catalog when it comes to
Sure.
speakers, right? But
Yeah.
specifically the reference, if you were to recommend the speaker, who would you say is the ideal listener for this?
Everybody that wants to hear everything that's coming from the music, because this is what this is designed to do, to bring everything forward that is in the music to where you will be able to enjoy it. And I hate using the term audiophile, but it kind of is that kind of product. I mean, if you want to hear the felt on the bottom of the piano feet, this is the speakers for you. That's what this is for. It's to be as close to live as they can possibly build it.
Okay. So now that you've said that, I understand you've had the chance to kind of audition these speakers in the privacy of your own home for a couple sessions. Why don't you give us a little bit of the Nick Wingate listening experience? What have you found? What notes do you have?
It is very neutral in that it doesn't add anything to the music and it doesn't take anything away. Whatever's there, it comes out in spades. It is truly an amazing sounding system. I had, the Ultra speakers here, which, that's a different level that we're talking about. But I will tell you, Ben, this is 85% of the Ultras. It's that good. I am thoroughly impressed with the tweeter in every respect. It is very detailed. It is very accurate. It does not sound like a metal dome tweeter in
I was
any
going to ask,
respect.
does it sound like a regular dome tweeter, and how low does it play from just what you can hear?
From playing around with it, I crossed it over at 2,500 hertz at an 18 dB per octave slope to the mid range, and it worked very well. I pushed some power to it. Not a problem. Sounds amazing.
Speaking of power, what would you recommend as far as power to these drivers?
That's a good question. I have a 200 watt per channel home amplifier, Crown home amplifier, and I was throwing probably 80 watts into them, and they were not a problem, without any problem whatsoever. No cone breakup, nothing.
So you don't even have to think about overpowering too much. It could even handle some, I would call, moderate clean power, and it'll still
I
perform
would,
well.
I would think so. Yes.
Okay.
Given the motor structure that is here and knowing ground zero is like we know it, yeah, you can throw some power into them.
All right, folks, if you're just tuning in, I'm here with Nick Wingate from Ground Zero. They just launched and announced and unveiled a new set of reference speakers that will be available a la carte. And speaking of availability, do we have a timeline, Nick, of when dealers can get their hands on these?
Hopefully Q1. That's
Q1.
what we're being told. Yes. If we all say, our prayers and ask, the person above, can we have them earlier, please? Because I'm like, we need them yesterday. Thank you.
All right.
But
So,
yeah, we're all excited, Ben. We really are.
amazing, amazing. All right, so the new reference speakers, Q1 is the projected timeline. Where should people go to get more information?
Just groundzerousa.com. That would be the best place to go and take a look at it. I think that would give them an idea as to what they look like. I don't think we have any information up on the website yet as far as, the Theo Small parameters, because I know people, they all want that. But it's coming. And as soon as we get them, we will have it up there as soon as we get it.
It's time now for the 12-volt dashboard fit guide update.
Hey, it's David with the 12-volt dashboard, here with another Fit Guide update. Today we're going to be talking about the vehicle check-in tool. Have you ever been stuck with a repair bill from your customer, claiming that you scratched their vehicle during their installation, but you truly don't think this is something you caused? Well, just like a dash cam can record an accident, the 12-volt dashboard's vehicle check-in can record any damage before you start on that vehicle. So you always know for sure if that scratch was there before the install or if it was something that you caused and you need to repair for your customer. This information is stored for the lifetime of your 12-volt dashboard subscription, so it never goes away. So this customer can come back 10 years down the road or 2 weeks down the road, and you still are going to have all the information of what that car looked like before you installed that radio, dash cam, or any other product at your store. If you'd like to learn more information, just scan the QR code or email us at tomkolar@the12voltdashboard.com and learn more today. And there you have it. That's our website lookup tool. Thanks for joining me on the Fit Guide update. Back to you, Ben.
Now, it's no secret that people are looking for radios that are full of features. And one of those features is, of course, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Well, one of the OEM integration specialists, RDVFL, has been hard at work creating solutions, of course, for wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. And now they're introducing a new single DIN radio that is going to be perfect for so many of these applications. We go now to their CEO, Rich Disclafani. Rich, why don't you tell us what this new radio is all about?
Hey, Ben. Yeah, I'm really excited to introduce this new single DIN radio, the SDIN 6, and can't wait to talk about all the features that this thing offers.
All right, Rich. So we're talking about the SDIN6. This is your a new single DIN radio. Now, just to clarify, I mean, you've been hard at work introducing different source unit upgrades for a while now. So what made you think of doing a single DIN version?
Yeah, I mean, really, there's kind of a gap in the market there for good quality, high resolution screen single DIN radios that are capable of doing wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. So I felt that, a lot of the older, retro vehicles, a lot of those types of builds and vehicles that can only accommodate a single DIN, needed something. So I decided to push forward with a single DIN radio for that.
Well, it looks really slick from what you flashed up there, but we're going to give the audience a little bit more in-depth look at some of the features. So why don't you go ahead and talk to us about some of the main features of the new SDIN 6?
Yeah, so I mean, this is a wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto radio. It fits at single DIN opening. It's a little bit bigger than single DIN. on the top and the bottom, and then also on the sides. But this is packed with features. Not only does it do wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, but you could download video streaming apps to it as well, like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. Give it a hotspot. It has internet connection, and then you could watch all those apps that are built right into the radio. It's got a really, really crisp, sharp 1080p resolution screen. So it's really crisp and crystal clear, a really nice high-res screen. So if you're watching videos or, Google Maps and you're in satellite view, it really, really looks nice. Additionally, you could add a backup camera with it. It's pretty much universal as far as SWC. So you could use any, SWC adapter, and just does a ton of stuff, man. Really, really awesome radio.
I have to say, just if you don't mind just showing that radio for a second, I mean, the shape and the look of this thing is really modern looking. And I could see that going into some of these older vehicles, especially the older builds that only have, like you said, Rich, that single DIN size. Talk us about system. Like, this obviously has an amplifier built in. So if you just want to go ahead and replace the radio, you could do that, right?
Yep, absolutely. It gives you, 19x4 RMS out. It also has, 3-channel RCA out. Has a left and right and a sub. So you can, add a DSP or, add a system to it as well. But if you're just swapping the radio, it does have, front and rear, high level output 19x4. So it's got a good little amplifier in there. Sound quality is good. Definitely everything you need in something like this, in an affordable single DIN radio that gives you all those features.
Now I'm going to ask, some of these older vehicles, the owners of these vehicles might also want traditional radio. Is there any antenna adapter, FM, or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Has FM built in. AM, if you wanted to like download an app or something for CarPlay, you could do that as well, or you could download it directly to the radio itself. Use it through the radio itself as long as it has internet connection. But it has FM radio built in, so it'll take a standard antenna. And yeah, really, really. Really nice.
Okay. My last question. I mean, obviously with every screen that you have, it's going to be a high-res screen, a great experience, very visual. Is this a touchscreen?
Yes, touchscreen, and it works from the knobs. And these are really nice aluminum knobs. The face is all aluminum, so they're not, cheap and chintzy. They're really nice, high-quality knobs. They have a 1.5 amp output on the charging USBs. So you have 2 USBs on the front. One's for music and data, and one's for charging only. And yeah, really, really nice fit and finish. It's a good quality, heavy duty radio. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels quality when you hold it, which is a big thing, especially at a lower price point like these are. You still want something that's going to be quality and still feel nice when you touch it and have a nice look to it. I mean, it's a really, really just nice looking radio. Absolutely. Real sleek, with the
very modern
edges, the aluminum, really nice. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's got a nice solid click and a nice solid, rotation to it. So it's a really good quality radio. I mean, they're really nice.
I'll tell you what. So if you're just tuning in, this is Rich from RDVFL. He's introducing a brand new single DIN radio equipped with touchscreen, video playback, all the goodies, and wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Rich, you mentioned price. Can we get an MSRP? What is the suggested price on this as far as we'll see it on the street?
Yeah, so $399 with a 3-year warranty, which, another thing is pretty, unheard of is, 3-year warranties on single DIN radios or any aftermarket radio for that matter. Most of them are not, offering a 3-year warranty, but keeping in line with all the other products that we have, 3-year warranty on pretty much everything. So this falls into that category.
Last question for dealers. When can they get their hands on this new SDIN6, and where should they go for more info?
They are available now. We have them in stock. All of my distribution partners from the EDA and also ImportTel up in Canada all have it in stock. So they're all ready to go. And you could find more info on my website, rdvfl.com, or check with your local distributor, EDA partner, and they should have them in stock as well.
CE Outlook is dedicated to keeping the car audio and electronics industry informed on the latest issues, trends, and product releases. New feature stories posted daily. Visit ceoutlook.com for the latest industry news. Now, ORION Car Audio has been on an absolute rampage, coming up with new product after new product. And recently at SEMA, they uncovered another series of speakers that are going to absolutely meet the needs of some people, especially those that are looking for speakers that could maybe withstand the elements. We go now to our specialist, Gabriel Perez, that are going to tell us about the all-new XMT coaxial mid-range drivers in the XTR lineup. Gabriel, welcome to CMA Live. What can you tell us?
Hello, Ben. Thanks for having me here. As you said, these are the new coaxials, but not only new coaxials, these are the new powerful coaxials from Orion. They're on the XTR series. They are aluminum basket. They have cloth, surround. They have paper cones, so that means it's going to be louder than usual coaxial that you see out there in the market. And they have some bullet tweeters with neo magnets.
Wow, Gabe, you said a lot of things there, but the one thing that really stood out for me is that this is going to be a high output driver, because you said the tweeters are actually integrated and they're neo magnet driven. So who is the customer looking for this type of speaker?
Okay, usually the customer that aims for this kind of speaker is the one that doesn't want to break, the basket or the door panel, and they want something like OEM style, but that you can actually hear more than the music. I mean, it's going to be heard 3-4 cars away of you. It's going to be power and it's going to be loud.
Well, the other thing is that I think very interesting is it says in the specifications that these are going to be element proof ready. So would this be a good application for motorsports, for example?
It's correct. Size wise, they're going to be, 3 different sizes. But if you can manage to put this on ATVs, UTVs, you're going to have been protected from elements like sun, rain. I mean, they're not submergible, but they're waterproof.
Gotcha. Now, you mentioned sizes. What sizes will these new XMT drivers be available in?
We're going to have 6.5, we're going to have 8-inch, and we're going to have a 6x9. In all 3 models, you're going to have the capability of having 2 or 4 ohm loads.
Oh, so both 2 ohm and 4 ohm. So let's talk about that for a second. If I'm building a system and this is the type of speaker I'm looking for, do I need a lot of power to drive these speakers?
Actually, I would say yes. I mean, you can power this with an OEM radio, but they're not going to be as loud as you want. These speakers on the 6.5, they're 350 RMS. And on the 8 and the 6x9s, it's going to be 400 RMS. So you have to make sure you feed them some power if you want to take the advantage of the whole speaker.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that tweeter. Like, why is it that this configuration makes these speakers so special?
All right, regarding on the tweeter, remember, you're moving up from a regular coaxial up to the powerful coaxial, area. So having a paper cone is going to make your voices and your mid basses sounds loud. So you will need a tweeter that, merge to this and accompanies that kind of sound. So that's why we put a bullet tweeter on it and a neo magnet to make it more powerful and less the size. So it won't cover actually the mid part.
Okay, now let's talk about that cone and that special surround that we see on the speaker. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Usually when you put mid ranges, you try to aim to a regular kind of voicey noise or a voicey sound. But in this case, we want a little bit more mid bass too. So we add a W style surround. It's a cloth surround, so it will make the cone move a little bit more, and you will hear all those deeper frequencies that you may lose sometimes on a regular coaxial.
All right, so what we're talking about, guys, is Orion Car Audio coming up with a brand new coaxial mid-range driver. It's called the XMT, some unique features that you heard Gabe talk about. What made Orion come up with this category of speaker? Because, I mean, there's so many different coaxial speakers already in the catalog.
Yeah, but, the people is always asking, look, I don't want to put more speakers in my car. I just want to be louder. And I think this is just like the next step is the evolution of the coaxials. So you will have both things, the regular sound that you want and the louder sound.
So guys, if you're looking for max volume in a coaxial setup, check out the new Orion XTR series XMT coaxial mid-range speakers. They are available, if I'm not mistaken, in 6.5, in 8-inch, as well as 6x9. It's got a neo magnet tweeter that's integrated, and they're waterproof, so element ready. So Gabe, last question for you: when are these drivers available?
They already available. They just landed in US. They are just ready to be delivered to you guys. And they're going to be easy to install because they have push terminals as well. So you don't have to solder anything.
Amazing. So where do people go for more info then?
Remember, OrionCarRadio.com. And if you have more questions, just let us know.
There's an incredibly strong network of distributors across Canada, and today we're here at CMA Expo to speak with them and get a sense of how they feel about their partnership with SiriusXM.
SiriusXM helps connect our industry because we are reproducing music. We are delivering content in a different way. We deliver hard parts to consumer. They deliver us the content on those hard parts.
It's a great add-on for the head unit sale, and it's pretty much just a natural addition now to offer it to the customer after they purchase a new head unit for their car.
As a distributor of SiriusXM, we all benefit. As partners, they offer and bring to the table the love of music. We're all in this industry because ultimately we love music.
They've been a great partner, and they've actually created a lot of excitement again in the industry.
It really brings the whole industry together, and it's music-based. It's great. You know, that's what we do. We sell music. They provide content. It's fabulous.
And that's a wrap on this week's edition of CMA Live All Access, presented by SiriusXM and powered by the 12-volt dashboard. Make sure to check out all our videos found at cmanetworks.com. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM video